I'm not sure we've got a show that would work very well because most of it was shouting, to be honest. Some of it my shouting, I admit.
Yeah. So I think you
So,
did all of the shouting, didn't you?
actually I did, yeah.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday morning discussion.
The definition you've given of level is as a horizontal plane. So by this definition, level is horizontal. Oh wow! Okay, the Earth is the Earth. I agree with that.
Excellent.
Level equals horizontal as I defined. I agree with that. So is it rational to believe both? Yes, we're done. Oh wow!
I got your numbers right here.
You interrupted me!
It's just as easy as 1, 2, 3.
You interrupted me there. I was speaking.
You have to open your mind.
But it's painful.
Imagination is all you need. Don't take advice from fools.
Okay.
Everything that they say is in vain.
You interrupted me again?
Never take advice from fools. We all know what they do is in vain.
There are many definitions in the dictionary, some of them contradictory. Scientific definitions often disagree with commonly used ones and indeed the dictionary ones. So, and level is horizontal by definition, and you would be insane. You would be insane to deny it. Okay, the Earth is the Earth. I agree with that. It's horizontal as I defined. I agree with that. So is it rational to believe both? Yes, we're done. Oh wow!
Everything is relative to you.
Under the definition that I accept, a level surface is not a plane surface.
Just like those straight lines are curving.
Mike, I'm happy to go with that definition for now.
Drive down the road, don't you ever swerve. And I don't know.
Shaped like a ball, that'll do. Yeah, is the Earth shaped like a ball?
Where all of this goes. Never take advice from fools.
Oh wow!
Everything that they say is in vain.
All verticals are parallel.
Never take advice from fools. Everything that they do is
It's been wonderful chatting with you, Betty. I can't believe, so we've now tackled, it's not possible for two people to be below each other, and level is definitely horizontal, and the Earth is definitely the Earth.
Oh wow!
Thank you.
Yeah, we've agreed there. Yeah, the surveying definition says level is the same as horizontal.
We've been talking about the real globe for a long time here.
I know the game that you're playing.
It's the dogmatic globe.
And I know exactly what's on your mind.
Dogmatic globe.
You got your playbook, it's alright.
Yeah, I'm sort of losing here, Mike.
Your model dictates what you will find.
I'm actually trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
I don't know
Thank you for helping me, but
where all of this goes.
yeah, I'm sort of losing here, Mike.
Don't take advice from fools.
No, let me finish.
Everything that they say is in vain.
Mike, you interrupted again.
Never take advice from fools.
There's the dogmatic globe.
We all know what they do is in vain.
Under the definition that I accept, a level surface is not a plane surface.
So you think it's a synthetic proposition that could be proven experimentally?
That the Earth is a globe? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
either the Earth is a globe or it's not a globe.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday morning discussion. And today we are discussing, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal and believe that the Earth is a globe? So, good morning, welcome. Today we have, discussing this topic, we have Beddy. He has a PhD and a qualification in theology. He used to be a teacher. He is a published writer and is on his third book, which tackles rationality and so forth. And also we have, are you there, Mike Jones?
Hey, I'm here. I'm just trying to get collar on the dog.
Oh, so we're walking the dog this morning. Okay, Bebby, I don't know if you noticed in the live chat that in your honour, we are going to use definitions from the Oxford Dictionary.
Right, we can use any definition we like or agree on. Was my understanding.
But if it's easier if we just agree on one specific dictionary.
I will agree to agree, but that was going to be what I was going to kick off with. You know, the meanings of level, the meanings of horizontal, meaning of a globe. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you and Mike take it away. Carry on, Mike, if you're happy.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. Well,
So
why don't we just start with rational then, because that's like the first word, unless we're going to have is and it needing to be defined.
No, we don't need to define that. Rational, tricky one. From ratio Latin, from logos Greek.
Why don't we just put it on? Why don't we just put the Oxford one on so it's not tricky?
Well,
We
the
can just take the Oxford
I'm
since
happy
we've
with that.
agreed that Oxford. Yeah. Emma, do you have the Oxford definition?
Yes, it's in the live chat there, and it says based on or in accordance with reason or logic.
That's perfect. Logic, deductive, Aristotelian. Sound good?
It's okay. I mean, it begs the question as what according to reason means, but I'm okay with that.
Do you really need to know what according to reason means?
Well, we haven't defined reason, have we?
Would you like to define reason?
Mike,
Let's.
I'm happy.
Are we going to just keep going down like the endless turtles of definitions, or do we
No, we're
understand
not.
what logic and reason are?
No, we're not. I'm perfectly
Great.
happy with that. I said I was happy.
Great. All right. So, is it rational? Is it logical? Is it reasonable?
Yeah.
To believe. Shall we post believe?
Yep, that one is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists.
Is that good?
That will do.
Excellent. That level is horizontal.
The statement here being the conjunction that level is horizontal and
Correct.
that the Earth is a globe, correct? It's a conjunction, not just a single.
Well, we're going to start with level is horizontal, and we'll get to the end.
Can we just start
Level.
with globe?
Why don't we just start with level?
Can we
Since
start
it's
with
in the
globe?
beginning. No, we're going one by one. You were fine with doing rational and then belief. Let's just do level. Let's jump to the end. You're bizarre,
Okay.
Betty. You're really bizarre. Level.
Can you not say stuff is bizarre? Let's just go to the.
Well, it is
Let's
bizarre.
what we're going to discuss.
It's strange. It's strange. It's odd that we would go 1, 2, 7. Why don't we just go 1, 2, 3?
All right, that's fine.
Excellent. Level.
So we start with level.
Excellent.
Okay. That is a horizontal plane or line.
Excellent.
And then we have horizontal, which is parallel to the plane of the horizon at right angles to the vertical, a horizontal line.
Those both sound.
So on this definition, can I get a word in edgewise, please? So on this definition, level is
Yeah, you can get a
defined-
word in edgewise in the middle of my sentence. Yeah. Why don't you just wait for me to stop talking, Betty? Now it's done talking. You're
ahead.
ready to go.
Am I ready to go?
Are you asking yourself?
Did we lose sound? Debbie, did you have something to say about horizontal?
No. I thought Mike was talking and said I interrupted, so I was waiting for Mike.
Was this 30 seconds gap too short for you? Be sure to use it next time.
So I'll start, and I'd like to be able to finish. So the definition you've given of level is as a horizontal plane. So by this definition, level is horizontal, and it is like, you remember, Mike, I asked you about analytic propositions, those which are true in virtue of their meaning. Under that definition, a level surface is by definition a horizontal surface, correct?
And under a synthetic proposition, it's also a horizontal surface, correct?
Say that again.
And you asked about analytical propositions. Shall we do synthetic propositions as well? Both analytically and synthetically. It is.
A synthetic proposition is just one that's not analytic, which is not true in virtue of the meaning of the terms. But as you have
But not
defined it,
analytic means you can prove it.
Mike, you interrupted me there. I was speaking. Let me finish. Right, under that definition of level, i.e. a horizontal plane.
The definition.
And level is horizontal by definition, and you would be insane. You would be insane to deny it. You'd be insane to deny the truth of that statement under that definition.
Under the definition.
No, there are other definitions of level.
Yeah, but they can't change from being horizontal. Otherwise, they would be paradoxical.
Why would that be? Look, I'm happy to go.
Because it's either straight line or it isn't a straight line.
Mike, I'm happy to go with that definition for now. I'm just saying that.
No. Are you going to temporarily agree with it, or are you going to agree with it?
I'm going to temporarily agree. A definition simply expresses the meanings of the terms that you're using here, level and here horizontal.
Do you change meanings of terms when you go through your life?
If you agree with the other person what you mean, then that is fine.
It's fine that level is horizontal. We're done then.
There are many definitions in the dictionary, some of them contradictory. As long as you agree on the definitions.
No, there are none. There are no definitions in the Oxford Dictionary that contradict this definition. None.
I don't
Zero.
have it in front of me. I don't have it in front of me.
You should have prepared.
But let's go with that definition. That is fine.
Excellent. Level is horizontal. What else can I do? What else can I do for you?
Right. The Earth, is that consistent? Would it be rational to believe that level is horizontal and that the Earth is a globe? The other day,
now that we've agreed that level is horizontal.
Right,
what's the definition?
I go, right? You interrupted me in full flight. Yeah?
Okay.
Right. The other day, you said that a globe is a kind of toy or a desk toy in the shape of
a globe. Yes, a globe.
You interrupted me again.
I'm agreeing with you, Betty.
The other day, you said that a globe is a form of sort of desk toy. So when we say that people believe the Earth is a globe, do they believe that the Earth is a desk toy? Well, no. There is another definition of globe, which says...
Can you post that, please, Emma, the Oxford definition?
Of a globe?
Yes,
Oxford,
we have it.
Please.
Yeah, it's in the live chat.
Excellent. It's the Earth, right? It says
it just says
Earth?
the Earth. Yes, just the Earth.
Excellent. So is the Earth the Earth? Yes. I agree. The Earth is the Earth.
So
A equals A.
So on that definition, globe means Earth, correct?
The definition that we're using is the Oxford Dictionary. It's not a desk toy. That would be like a globe or a toy globe. The globe is the Earth.
Right.
You're familiar with the A and the?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
No, well, my definition that I have says a globe is...
we're using Oxford.
You interrupted me. Will you stop this?
We're using Oxford.
Right, let me start again. There are several definitions of globe. One of them is a shape that is either spherical or approximately spherical. So when I say, is the Earth a globe, or you're interrupting, if I say the Earth is a globe, am I saying the Earth is the Earth, or am I saying the Earth is a spherical or approximately spherical shape?
Don't know. I don't read your mind.
So when we say, right, so you don't know what the Earth is a globe means as ordinary.
When you say it, no, when you personally say it, I don't know what you mean.
Say that again.
When you say it.
Were we not just going to agree on definitions and then get on to the discussion?
Do we not agree with this definition? Globe, Earth, globe.
So what does the proposition the Earth is a globe mean, according to you, Mike?
The definition that's in Oxford is the Earth. The Earth, yes.
Okay, the Earth is the Earth. I agree with that. Level
Excellent.
equals horizontal, as I defined. I agree with that. So is it rational to believe both? Yes, we're done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's great. Level is definitely horizontal, and we can agree that the Earth is the Earth. It's been
Under those
wonderful chatting with you,
Yeah.
Betty. I can't believe, so we've now tackled, it's not possible for two people to be below each other, and level is definitely horizontal, and the Earth is definitely the Earth. Thank you.
Yeah, we've agreed that.
We've been talking about the real globe for a long time here. We've also been talking about the dogmatic globe.
What is the dogmatic globe?
Oh, you haven't heard about it?
No, why would I?
Well, I don't know. You're the show logger. You've been our intern for like a year. You've been logging the show, listening to every minute. Are you not paying attention? Are you
Not
just
every
paying
minute.
attention? Just no, you're not.
Hardly every minute, Mike.
Betty, shall I post all the screenshots of you literally time stamping down to the second in the comment sections of these YouTube
Well,
videos?
why don't you explain? Anyway, the discussion but the discussion is over.
Yes, the
Your
Earth is the
definition
Earth,
of
and
level.
level is horizontal.
You're
I'm glad we
interrupting me.
agree.
One more and I'm off, right?
I really don't
You
care,
interrupt.
Betty. I knew he'd leave. All right, that was fun. Everybody have a good time. Can you hear me? I'm walking the dog. It's difficult.
Yes.
Excellent. Did Betty leave? It sounded like I heard a drop.
No, that was someone else. He is doing
Huh,
it. So
okay.
is there nothing else more to discuss?
I don't think so. Although he was asking what the dogmatic globe model is. Maybe Bev can jump in and explain the dogmatic globe model, because as usual, after having coffee and walking the dog, my mouth is dry, and I don't have a bottle of water with me.
Well, I mean, that surely can't be it, can it? I mean, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal? I think we agreed on that. Is it rational to believe that the Earth is a globe? Well, if the globe is the Earth, then the Earth is a globe. That's quite... I said to you, Beddy, about saying that the globe was reality, which I think that was like, because if the globe is the Earth and the Earth is reality that we live in, then that would still apply, wouldn't it? It's still rational to believe that level is horizontal, and so is that the end of it, Beddy?
Well, as I say, you sort of forced me into accepting the definitions that you imposed, and if you want to define the Earth as a globe as being something that's analytically true, i.e. true in virtue of its meaning, then in that sense, then yeah, it's rational to believe that the Earth is the Earth, and it's rational to believe that a horizontal plane is a horizontal plane, yeah.
And that level is horizontal.
I just said that. A horizontal plane is a horizontal. Level means, under your definition, level means horizontal.
Oxford. Do you want to pick a different dictionary or something, or do you want to make up your own definition, which you're quite free to give us? We are still only in the definitional stage, aren't we? I was hoping we could get onto the actual discussion.
Well, if we've agreed that, let me have a look.
If you want to tweak a few things just to make it a bit more interesting, so you can carry on the discussion. I mean, surely that can't have been what you were aiming for, was it?
Well, you don't argue about definitions. If you impose that definition, which you've done, yeah, the surveying definition says level is the same as horizontal. Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with this thing about the Earth as a globe being a proposition that's true in virtue of its meaning.
So you think it's a synthetic proposition that can be proven experimentally?
That the Earth is a globe? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
either the Earth is a globe or it's not a globe. It's not true in the meaning of the
Well, what
term
is a
globe.
globe?
It means a globe, a globe noun, means a shape that is spherical or approximately spherical. So we're asking is it true that the Earth is an approximately spherical shape? We don't mean the Earth is the Earth.
Well, I know.
Well,
Great. Are you gonna
sorry.
go ahead? Sorry, I'm on a delay.
Yeah. Well, is that rational then? Do you want to continue with that? Because obviously, Mike and you seem to have a different idea of a globe.
Yeah, I mean by globe, or one of the definitions, I mean a shape which is a surface which is approximately spherical. That's what I mean. And that's what most people mean when they ask, is the Earth a globe? They mean, what is the shape of the Earth? That's what they mean. And when they say it's a globe, they mean it's a shape that is approximately spherical.
Okay.
I don't think that when anybody's talking about global warming, they're thinking to themselves spherical warming. I just think that they're thinking about the world.
That's global used in a different sense across the world.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, bat and bat are two different words. Bow and bow are two different words. They can mean different things.
So,
Yeah.
Mike, for you, the Earth is a globe is an analytic proposition, correct?
Yeah, it's just a definition.
So what if I talk about the proposition the Earth is spherical or approximately spherical? Is that the same proposition or a
I'd
different
ask
one?
you to why you have it spherical and or approximately spherical, and if you could pick one.
Say that again.
Can you pick one? Is it spherical or is it approximately spherical?
Let's go for approximately spherical.
Okay, so define approximately spherical.
Approximately spherical means that the figure has a center and that the distance from the center to any point on the surface is approximately the same.
Excellent. So
Any two
three-dimensional.
Mike, you interrupted again.
Oh,
For
for
any
fuck's
two
sake, I'm
radial lines.
agreeing with you. Oh my God, I'm
Yeah, but Mike,
agreeing with you.
if you interrupt me
Maybe
like that,
it's the delay. Maybe it's the delay where I'm
I'm
coming in on the middle of a word and you're thinking
going
I'm
to mute
interrupting
now.
you.
So we've
It's possibly a delay, Betty. I'm just agreeing with you. I could be maybe 2 seconds delayed because I'm out walking my dog. If I am and I'm stepping on a word, I'm trying to find just a little bit of dead air where I can agree with you and just say, yeah, I agree. So three-dimensional, correct? Over.
right. Should I start again with you asked for a definition of approximately spherical? That was a question. You can say yes to that.
You know what's funny? Let me just stop for 1 second. What's funny is because you're British, in the middle of sentences, you don't even know you do this. You go, comma, right? And when I hear comma, right, I tend to agree or disagree. So if you can stop doing that, you won't hear me interrupt.
Okay, so I don't say right, right?
Well played, Betty. Well played. Proceed.
Okay, we have some agreement. I'll try and avoid that Britishism. So, definition of spherical. A spherical surface, one which has a center where any radial line, a line from the center to a point on that surface, any two such radial lines, any two will be exactly the same length. That's spherical. And here we say right, asking for agreement.
Yes, three-dimensional. Correct. Euclidean. We can use Euclid's definition.
Yeah, we can use that's fine. And approximately spherical means that we take any two radial lines and they'll be approximately the same.
Okay, so it's a sort of a messy, we're not sure thing, but we'll just go with it.
Approximate has a fairly precise meaning. It means close but not exact. Whereas anything that's not approximate means You okay, Mike?
Means what? Means what?
Means not approximate.
Excellent. Not approximate does indeed mean not approximate.
Correct. So, the proposition, the Earth is a globe, as I think most people understand it, means the Earth, the place we live, is approximately spherical in shape.
Okay, there are plenty of people that don't think of the globe that way or global that way. But if you want to speak for them, you can speak for them as well. Most people just think global warming.
Okay. But if
Global
you ask
financial
someone,
crisis.
yeah, across the Earth, across the globe. But if you ask someone, is the Earth a globe? They will interpret that proposition to mean, that question to mean, is the Earth spherical or approximately spherical in shape?
Ball shaped, shaped like a ball, right?
Shaped like a ball, that would do, yeah. Is the Earth shaped like a ball? So is it rational to believe that level is horizontal? Well, yeah, it's rational to believe that because on its own,
Sure.
because level, under your definition, means
Under the definition.
there is no single definition of. I'm still looking for.
All right, so I'm going to jump in here. It is impossible for level to not be horizontal. It is tautological that level is horizontal. It is provable that level is horizontal.
Well, if you define it as meaning the same as horizontal, then that's fine. Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to define it. When we say level, it signifies something that's precisely horizontal. It's not a suggestion. It's not an implication. It's the defining characteristic of being level.
Okay. The other scientific definition, here I go to because scientific definitions often disagree with the commonly used ones and indeed the dictionary ones. So the standard scientific definition of a level surface is a surface of equal potential or an equipotential surface. Are you comfortable with that definition? Or
Does
are
it
you
have?
denying
Yeah,
that definition at all?
yeah, no, I agree that the surface is equipotential.
Excellent.
So yeah, down is below our feet, and our eyes, and our eyebrows, and the tops of our heads.
That's not quite the same as what gravitational potential means, is it?
You just said equipotential.
Equipotential, and you have
Yeah,
the idea of
equal
of
potential.
equal gravitational potential.
Oh, great.
Everywhere, every point on that surface has the same potential,
Down.
has the same gravitational potential. I didn't say down, I said
But it's measured
gravitational
vertically.
potential.
It's measured vertically on the vertical axis, though, right?
Doesn't mean quite the same. I was going to.
It doesn't. Is it not measured on the vertical axis? Am I wrong?
It is, but that's not the notion of equipotential. Mike, could we just move? There is a separate proposition that I think all people believe. So let's assume that everyone
Well,
believes.
let's just stick with you and me as opposed to all people. Who cares what all people believe? All people believed a lot of stupid stuff in the last 3 years. A lot of stupid stuff.
We were asking, whether is it rational to believe, and that's part of that question is, what do people believe? Do people?
I don't care what people believe. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what anybody believes.
Interrupted. I didn't say right,
I'm
and you
just.
interrupted.
Oh,
Okay,
Christ! I'm going to go home and get onto a better mic.
Oh, okay. Looks like Mike's going to get on a better mic.
Yeah.
Then maybe we won't have so many issues with the delays and lag and things.
Well, is it he's not hearing what I'm saying? Because I'll have been speaking for about 15 seconds, then he interrupts. I mean, he must surely realise he's interrupting.
There is a delay. Mike is in America.
Yeah, and Discord does funny things as well.
Right, but it's painful.
It's one of the things we have to deal with within communication on
This is-
Discord.
This
Yeah.
is what happens on international calls. People don't yell at each other on international calls. They just wait and recognize that there's a delay.
But Mike, that very last occasion and a few others, I had been talking for some time, say 10, 15 seconds. Then you butted in, and that effect is not explained. You must have heard me. You must have heard me speaking.
I jump in
You
right as
realize
there's a
yeah.
gap. I began that sentence right at the end of the G in your speaking. Did you hear it over the first 3 words of your next sentence? If so, that's what we call a delay. These things happen on international calls. You're on an international call right now, Betty.
I've done many international calls, and I've never had this problem. So I don't know how.
Joking.
That was an accident. I agree. I hadn't been speaking for long. Right, how are we going to resolve this? So we've sort of agreed that
Resolve what?
No, I was speaking there.
You
for
asked a
some time,
question.
and you
How are
interrupted.
we going to resolve this? Question mark. Resolve what is the answer to how are we going to resolve this? Stop asking questions if you don't want answers. Yes, you're right, Chuck. I did ask a question. And I should have paused at the end of that question so you could answer it. Or I shouldn't have asked it as a rhetorical question. Or I should have told you, this is a rhetorical question, Jack.
Okay, I think we're going to leave it. We have a definition
Hey,
of level.
buddy, Betty,
We have a
listen to me.
definition.
Betty, listen to me.
How?
We're trying to get to level as horizontal, right?
Yeah, can I finish what I started?
Go ahead.
Right. I'm thinking we can leave it here because we have a definition of level as meaning. It's very meaning is a level plane. A level surface is a horizontal surface. So it's entirely rational. In fact, it would be irrational to disbelieve that level was horizontal under that definition. We have the proposition the Earth is a globe, which you said means global. The Earth is global. The Earth is the Earth, which is also under that meaning rational to believe. It's analytically true under that definition. So we're all agreed. I can go, yeah? We are in agreement.
Your agreement, the problem with your agreement is that you don't believe that level is horizontal.
No, because I attach a different meaning to the term level.
How do you get level being a straight line and level not being a straight line?
Under the definition that I accept, a level surface is not a plane surface.
And you believe it's a circular surface.
I believe it's a spherical surface, yeah.
Excellent. So also, if you were to just walk, you'd walk in a circle.
Yeah. Could we turn
All
again
right, so
to the Earth?
how would you rectify that in construction?
Well, I don't know anything about construction, so I'll have to say I don't know to that.
So if you understand, have you ever built a home?
Nope.
Have you ever remodeled?
Have I ever?
Have you ever had your home remodeled?
No, I haven't. No.
Have you ever seen plans for your home?
Nope.
So you don't.
Yes, I have, yes.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Yes, I have.
And those
yeah.
plans have a plan view and an elevation view, correct?
They have the first one.
A plan view, overhead.
An overhead
Fun
view.
fact. Correct. Fun fact, elevation or side profile matches that plan view. You recognize that, right?
Well, it doesn't. In our house,
It does.
we recently. Yeah, our house, we recently had some plans produced, but they in no way match the actual shape of the house because it's 200 years old and most most of it's out of joint. But there are no level and no perpendicular sort of parts of our house at all.
If you were going to design a new house, if you were going to raise your house to the ground, you would need plans and elevation profiles. And you
Yeah.
would call an architect, and that architect would draw up plans and elevation profiles in CAD. You know what CAD is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, computer-aided design. That computer-aided design is done in 3 dimensions, X, Y, Z. Those 3 dimensions, when you do them in side view, they turn into 2 dimensions. You can call them whatever you want. The Z is vertical. The X and Y become just a slice. And you can call that either X or Y. You can call it whatever you want. That slice, level is horizontal in that slice. It matches and foots exactly to the plan view. Perfectly in CAD. In fact, you can spin it around in CAD and slide it into a side view, and then spin it around and slide it into an overhead view, plan view. Do we agree?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great. All buildings everywhere are built according to plans like that. All of them. Every single building. There is no building that isn't built like to plans like that. That's the way buildings are built.
Right. Well,
Level is
honestly,
horizontal in those plans, and vertical is plumb in those plans.
yeah. Well, in those plans, nothing is plumb. There's just drawings on paper, aren't they?
Vertical represents plumb in those plans, and horizontal represents level in those plans.
We can agree that. Yeah, we agree that.
All construction
We
is
have the
based on
idea.
those principles.
Let me speak here, if I may. We have the idea of representation, don't we? Something representing something.
Well, that's how we build things. We call that a model.
And yeah, we do. And how do we ensure that a perpendicular on the plan corresponds to whatever is in reality, whatever has been built? How do we know that?
Well, we could just walk through a city and recognize that every one of the buildings that we're walking by was built according to those plans, and know that they've gotten built.
So we recognize that by sight. We can accurately tell that
And
to the
engineer.
infinitesimal degree, we can tell that if I look at 2 lines, line of a roof and line of the vertical wall, I can see instantly, without instrumentation or measurement, that they're perfectly perpendicular. Correct?
Let me put it this way. There are buildings out there that are long enough that if your level started bending, it would be noticeable very quickly, and it would also be impossible to be built. I can think of several buildings that are currently standing that would be impossible to be built if level wasn't horizontal.
Okay. Now, can I move to what I wanted to move to right at the beginning, which is there is something intermediate between the Earth as a globe and level is horizontal. And that's the question of whether all verticals are parallel. As I understand you, Mike, you would say that the proposition level is horizontal implies, and I think is implied by, the proposition all verticals are parallel. Now, would you agree?
All verticals are perpendicular to horizontal.
Correct.
You would agree with that, correct? Excellent. Horizontal is a straight line, correct?
No, you didn't give me a chance.
I'm just walking you through. I'm walking you through it, Betty.
You didn't. Well, you asked me a question, and I'm answering.
And you answered it. You said yes.
Well, the question
So
is,
now we have a horizontal line with verticals being perpendicular to it.
the question is, are all verticals parallel? Is that implied by the proposition all level surfaces are horizontal surfaces?
Let's unpack that.
Yeah. All
Excellent.
verticals
So
are
you-
parallel. Can we
unpack
the
it.
proposition?
Just a minute, Chance. Just a minute.
Can we
Just
unpack-
1 minute. This was about, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal? Have we just changed that to a purely geometric discussion? now, Beddy?
Right, can I just...
Or has this debate ended and are we on something new?
No, the debate's not ended, because my question is...
You gave it up earlier.
My question
But
is...
now are
my
you
question
defending
is-
a different position, Beddy?
No, same position.
So the same, is it still rational to believe that level is horizontal and that the Earth is a globe? Can you please state where the parallel verticals
Comes
come
into
into
it.
this?
What is the connection? The connection is, on one understanding of level as meaning a horizontal surface, then by definition it is true that level is horizontal. My question is there another definition of level,
Have you found one?
which implies that all verticals are not parallel?
Have you found
To
one?
my mind,
Because I'll put it up on screen for you, for everyone.
the question is the connection between level is horizontal and the proposition all verticals are parallel.
Well, we've got the definition up on screen again from the beginning. Emma's had to step out.
I can't see that.
From the beginning, when we started, level 1, a horizontal plane or line.
Right. So if that is true,
Yes.
if that is true,
And it's in
is
the
it also-
dictionary.
all right, well, it must be true if it's in the dictionary. If that is true, is it also true that all verticals are parallel?
Or perpendiculars to the horizontal line.
All verticals are parallel. There's also a connection between the common belief that the Earth is a globe, i.e. the Earth is a sphere, and the belief about verticals. Because if anyone who looks at a globe, i.e. something that represents the spherical shape of the Earth, must surely be recognizing that a vertical in one place cannot be parallel to a vertical in another place. So, excuse me, question is it rational to believe the first two propositions we talked about, level is horizontal and the Earth is spherical, and also believe that all verticals are parallel? Is it rational to, in fact, simplify it, is it rational to believe that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical, and believe that all verticals are parallel? That's my question.
Are you reversing it? Are you changing the debate? Should we sort that one out? Is that to Mike?
Yeah, we can change the debate, but well, the debate remains the same. The main question is about the definition of level. So I'm saying, well, in order to understand that, to unpack that, shall we look at the proposition all verticals are parallel, which we seem to be avoiding here?
Well, you seem to be avoiding the very definition of level that we started off with. Like, do you have a competing definition of level that you would like to offer?
Well, I proposed equipotential surface.
Yep.
Then that leads to the question of whether all verticals are parallel or not.
Or you think they're two different? They're two opposing definitions, do you think?
Sorry, what are two opposing definitions?
The equipotential and the horizontal plane.
Equipotential means vertical everywhere.
Yes.
And you then have the question of whether all such verticals are parallel to one another or not. That's the question. And then you have to reconcile that to the proposition the Earth is a globe.
Are all the perpendiculars to a horizontal line, are they parallel?
All perpendiculars to a horizontal line, i.e. a horizontal plane surface, yes, are parallel. The question is whether
all of the right angles to an equipotential surface, are they all parallel?
Well, that's the question. That is precisely the question of whether equipotential surface means horizontal surface. Quite, you've got it.
Okay. That's the question. So what you want to... Should we schedule that for another debate, or is that the one that you're bringing into question right now?
Well, I'm bringing it into question right now. We have a disagreement about what level means. We do agree it means...
Who has a disagreement? We had an agreement at the beginning for the definitions.
Well, I agreed to a definition because that's what, I said, let's assume the word means that, the word level means that. But the question is if we also accept the definition of equipotential surface, a level surface is one of equal potential everywhere.
Yep.
Then that immediately leads to the question of whether all perpendiculars to that equipotential surface, i.e. all verticals, are parallel or not.
Well, it doesn't really say. That's a geometric matter that deals with right angles. Have you ever heard of a square?
No, I've never heard of a square.
Okay. Well, each side, they're
I was
parallel.
checking.
The opposite sides of a square, Beddy, are parallel because of the fact of the right angles at either end of it.
What does that have to do with equipotential, which
Because
we
it
were
says
discussing?
equipotential surface at right angles at every point, which is exactly the same as like a square.
Let's tidy that up. Equipotential surface is one where every perpendicular to that surface at that point is a vertical, right? That does not necessarily imply that all verticals are parallel, does it? But let me finish here. If you believe that the Earth is a globe, and you have a conception of vertical at any point on that globe, that sphere, then you cannot believe that all verticals are parallel. Anyone who believes that the Earth is a globe, a sphere, must believe that no verticals are parallel at all.
But what
That's what
if?
Must also believe.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Mike.
Must
sorry.
also believe that horizontal doesn't exist. Must also believe that right angles from the surface can't exist. Must also believe that there's no such thing as a vertical plane or a horizontal plane. Must also believe that those two planes that don't exist obviously also can't be perpendicular or parallel to each other, and must also
Right.
deny all construction.
Right. So it is illogical, it is irrational to believe that the Earth is a globe, correct?
Is it rational to deny the construction that we see around us every day? No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not rational.
Mike, I'm asking a question. Is it rational to believe that the Earth is spherical in shape?
Mm.
Is it rational to believe that the ground under your feet is shaped like a ball? No, it's not rational to believe that, but
So it is not rational to believe that the Earth is a globe.
it's definitely rational to believe the Earth is the Earth.
The Earth is the Earth, but is the Earth a globe?
The globe definition in Oxford Dictionary is Earth. So yes, it's
Okay.
rational to believe the Earth is the Earth.
Well, then we'll have to leave it there. If you think that the Earth is a globe means the Earth is the Earth, it's a proposition which is analytically true. You'd say it's tautologically true, but it means the same.
And you
He's gone.
position.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I think we just missed that bit then. He broke up for a bit. I don't know whether
My mic is terrible.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to carry on, Bev. I'm sorry.
No
Yeah.
problem.
So, under the definition of the Earth of globe that you've put forward, the Earth is a globe. That proposition means the Earth is the Earth, and it is analytically true. It's true in virtue of its meaning. I think we should leave it there. The Earth is the Earth, and a horizontal plane is a horizontal plane. Fabulous.
Yeah. That's what we've been saying all along, Beddy, really.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. The globe,
Have you been saying
the
the Earth is the
globe
Earth?
is reality, right? Everybody lives on the globe, right? In their mind, their worldview is taken up by everything that they see. That's the globe. Everybody knows that. But also, everybody knows that level is horizontal. As you said, you agreed. It's rational to believe that level is horizontal.
Well,
so
under that
it's
definition,
rational to make level being horizontal fit onto your globe.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and to my globe.
Yeah,
So-
that's rational. It's
my
rational
Earth,
to believe that level being horizontal, as it is in reality, is also adjusted to the reality of the globe that you live on. There's no difference between reality and reality. I think that's what Mike's saying. The Earth's the Earth.
you are saying you're saying reality is reality, the
Yes.
earth is the earth,
Yes.
horizontal plane is a horizontal plane. We agree with
Yes.
all these things.
I know
No,
everybody does.
no, 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 no. Not a horizontal plane is a horizontal plane. A level is a straight line in a horizontal plane. We're not just doing pure, this word is this word. Level is a completely different word than horizontal, but they mean the same thing.
Well, it's a different word, but then mutton and lamb mean just the same thing. They mean, the animal that you eat. A bachelor is
And
an unmarried man, right?
indeed, and level is indeed horizontal. Level is also a verb. You can level something, which is to make it horizontal.
Hang on, Mike. I thought you said that words can't have different meanings. They can only have the same
Oh no,
meaning.
they can definitely have different meanings. Bow, I
Oh, they
said, but I
can.
didn't say that. I said bow and bow, bat and bat. They can have diametrically opposed
Ah,
meanings, but we understand them. Like the word bat is an animal that flies in the air. It's also a thing that you hit a ball with. It's also the act of hitting the ball. That's bat, bat, and bat. Bow and
okay.
bow. You can strum your violin with a bow. You can put a bow on your collar and go out with your bow tie. Two different words, okay? But level is definitely horizontal, and a straight line in a horizontal plane. You can't turn it into a circle or a ball because that would become a paradox. You wouldn't be able to build anything.
So Mike, are you saying that the proposition level is horizontal is true in virtue of its meaning or not?
It's
Simple
both.
question.
It's both analytical and synthetic.
Oh, wow. So, but synthetic means not analytic, so it's both analytic
No,
and
no,
not analytic.
no, synthetic just means that you can prove it experimentally. It doesn't, no, not analytic means not analytic. Synthetic means that you can prove it by virtue of proving it in reality. Analytical means it's just a tautology.
Correct. So I thought we began this discussion by you agreeing that level is horizontal. That proposition is analytically true. We're now saying it's not analytically true.
No,
It has
it's
to be
both
established.
analytically true. It depends on how you look at it, Betty. It can be both analytically true and synthetically true.
No, it
Level
can't,
is
because
horizontal, but can be considered an analytical proposition and a tautology,
no,
right?
a synthetic proposition is by definition one that is not analytic. So you can't have a
No, no,
proposition
no. No,
that's
no,
both
no, 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 no,
analytic
no.
and synthetic. You cannot have
No, no. You can have
no,
something that's a tautology that can also be proven in reality, Betty. You know that.
no, because well,
Yes. Yes.
I was taught that an analytic statement is one that's true in virtue of its meaning alone. So once you understand the meaning of the two terms,
Yeah, but they can also be
then you know
proven
that it's
synthetically.
true. You don't need to establish it experimentally.
But you can. But you can establish it experimentally. In many cases, you can establish it
Oh, I see.
experimentally.
Okay, yeah. So I've got a sample of bachelors. I go around and say, right, here are
Oh,
five
no, no, we're
bachelors.
not going to use bachelors.
Are they
Some
married?
we can do it. Some you can, and
Now
some
you
you can't.
interrupted there. I'll start again.
Oh,
Five
this is
bachelors.
hilarious.
I'll check them all. Yep, they're all married. Well, so I've experimentally verified that all bachelors are unmarried.
Yeah, you can indeed find out if a dude is married or not in real life. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find out if somebody is married or unmarried. You can go up and ask them. You can ask to see if they've got a marriage certificate. And, at a certain point, you're going to come to the conclusion that they're not married.
So right. So the proposition, a bachelor is an unmarried man, has to be verified experimentally.
No, it doesn't. It
It
can be,
doesn't.
a tautology is a tautology. And a tautology, in many cases, some tautologies can be proven in reality, like level is horizontal. The phrase level is horizontal can be considered a synthetic proposition. It asserts a connection between the concept of level and the concept of horizontal. The statement can require empirical observation or additional information to establish the relationship between the concepts. It's not merely a matter of logical analysis or definitions. Therefore,
So
synthetic proposition. But then, level refers to a horizontal plane or surface without any significant slope or tilt. If something described as level implies that it's not sloped or inclined, then level can indeed be established above any type of surface, whether it's a solid object, the ground, or any other reference point. A level horizontal plane can be defined and maintained irrespective of the underlying surface. Correct? If so, the phrase level is horizontal can be considered an analytical proposition and tautology. It's expressed as a logical relationship between the terms level and horizontal and is true by definition.
So it's
Both.
true by definition.
True by definition and demonstrable in reality. Why? Because it doesn't slope. And you can
So,
prove it doesn't slope.
Yeah, I'm sort of losing you here, Mike. So you did say it was analytic and synthetic, correct?
It is a tautology that can be proven in reality.
Okay. And how about our friend the equipotential surface and the proposition that all verticals are parallel? It seems to follow from your definition that...
Our friend, the horizontal surface, has perpendiculars to it. Those perpendiculars are called verticals.
Right.
We can take a square, as Bev said, you can take a square and you can orient it vertically. When you orient a square vertically, let's say a picture on your wall. When you hang a picture on your wall, that's a rectilinear shape. The rectilinear shape is the wrong word. That is rectilinear. The sides and the top and bottom are parallel to each other. Top and bottom parallel to each other, sides parallel to each other. The two sides are vertical, the top and bottom are horizontal. We can orient that in reality, and that will indeed be a rectilinear shape oriented vertically, or establishing a vertical plane in reality.
Right.
That vertical plane will be perpendicular to a horizontal plane in reality.
So it follows entirely from what you're saying, Mike, as I said, that all verticals are parallel, correct?
Vertical planes do indeed exist and can be established in reality.
Let's talk about a vertical line perpendicular to a horizontal plane, right?
Correct. Now let's make a vertical plane so that we can have a vertical plane perpendicular to the horizontal plane.
Okay, why do we need to do that? Isn't it easier to consider?
Because you want to establish the two sides of the vertical plane are perpendicular to the horizontal plane and therefore parallel to each other.
Well, it would seem to follow from what you're saying that all vertical lines and all vertical planes are parallel to one another, all of them.
That's a great question. Anywhere you go on the Earth, you will be able to establish a vertical plane, and those vertical planes will have vertical lines in them that are perpendicular to horizontal.
Yes, but they are parallel. Let's say a vertical line or a vertical plane in London and a vertical line or plane in Cape Town. It follows from what you're saying, directly from your saying, that those are parallel to each other, correct? Or not?
Now, are we extending them indefinitely?
No, I'm just asking.
You're not extending them indefinitely.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're parallel.
Well, it does from the standpoint of if they're terminated lines, one could be above the other, or the other could be below the first.
We're not really getting to the bottom of this question of whether all verticals, any two
are
verticals,
parallel to each other.
Now you definitely interrupted me there. I'll start again. You seem to be avoiding the question.
Not avoiding it. Trying to get you there.
I'm
going to try to get you there logically. I'm actually trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you for helping me, but we haven't got to the bottom of the question. Are those two vertical lines or planes, one in London, one in Cape Town, are they parallel to one another?
Are they both perpendicular to horizontal?
Are they parallel to one another?
If they're both perpendicular to horizontal, they're definitely parallel to each other.
So they are parallel to each other, correct?
Verticals are definitely perpendicular to horizontal. Vertical planes, vertical planes definitely exist. Do vertical planes? Yes. Do vertical planes exist in reality?
Yeah.
Can you establish a vertical plane in reality, Betty?
You don't need to establish those. A plane is a set of points.
But can you establish a horizontal plane in reality, Betty?
Yeah.
Do you believe that? Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
A vertical plane would be perpendicular to that horizontal plane. Do you agree that vertical plane can be established in reality? Yes. Do you agree that all of the perpendicular... Stop, you're interrupting me. Do you agree that all of the perpendiculars to that horizontal plane will be called verticals?
All perpendiculars all perpendiculars to that plane will be parallel to one another, from which it logically and geometrically follows that the plane in Cape Town.
No, let's just do a plane. Why do you all of a sudden have to go someplace where you're not? Just stay right here with me. We have a plane in front of us, a horizontal plane. I don't care if the fucking plane is in India. We can go to India together and look at a plane in
Oh,
India.
why not?
We're
Because
going to be together here. There's a horizontal plane in front of you. You're standing on a horizontal plane.
The irrationality of the belief that the Earth is spherical, with that belief, with the belief that all verticals are parallel. You are not
Well,
answering.
all verticals.
You
all
are
verticals
avoiding
are.
the question.
No, I'm not.
The question of whether
You're
all
avoiding.
vertical lines
You're
are parallel.
avoiding if verticals are perpendicular to horizontal. Can you have a vertical plane perpendicular to a horizontal plane? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Excellent. Does that mean that there are more than one vertical line perpendicular to that horizontal plane?
Vertical lines we're talking about.
No, the vertical plane is comprised of vertical lines.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. So you've just proven to yourself that vertical lines in a vertical plane are perpendicular to a horizontal plane and thus parallel to each other.
Correct.
Thank you.
So
We're
it
done.
immediately follows if level is
Correct.
horizontal, and if the
Then
Earth's
those verticals are indeed parallel to each other in that vertical plane that is perpendicular to that horizontal plane that we both agreed to. If you'd like to go out and test every single vertical in the world, I wish you well, but we have proven it in reality. We have agreed to it, that it can be established. It's the basis of all construction. It is literally irrefutable in architecture and construction. There is nobody over at Little Blue Ops that is going to be able to produce a three-dimensional CAD drawing of LIGO. They know it's impossible. They can't do it. This is the most hilarious thing. This is something to go back to your buddies with, because they say LIGO is two straight arms, horizontal. They will not be able to produce a ball and produce, Effie Dogma tried this and he failed miserably, and produce two buildings that exist in reality, both of which are 2.5 kilometers long, that are perfectly horizontal. They have to be perfectly horizontal and are capable of existing on a ball, being built on a ball. Can't be done.
And that all that you have just said is the belief in all of that, right?
All the verticals that
Sorry, I said
extend.
right. Sorry, I said right.
Yeah. So all the verticals that extend
Mike, can I just,
from LIGO, I'm finishing. You said right, and I'm agreeing. That all the verticals that extend from the horizontal lines formed by LIGO will be perpendicular to LIGO and will be parallel to each other. Every single vertical that extends from those two horizontal lines, two horizontal arms, 2.5 kilometers long, and perpendicular to each other, every vertical that is established from those horizontal arms will be parallel to each other. And they will all be called vertical.
And what you have just said is perfectly consistent. The belief in all that you have just said is perfectly consistent with the belief that the Earth is spherical in shape, or approximately spherical in shape. Is that correct or not? That's a third time of asking.
The belief is inconsistent with the ground underneath LIGO curving away at some sort of preposterous rate, and that all of a sudden magically LIGO is established, physically established on top of a ball.
Yeah, so
it can't be done. No one can model it. I will pay money if someone actually successfully models this in CAD with a ball and the two LIGOs above it that matches the elevation profiles that have been given by LIGO.
Mike,
You don't understand what I'm asking?
Can I get a word in edgeways? So I think we're sort of finished here. We're finished here because we've sort of agreed. We have agreed that the belief that level is horizontal
It's not a belief, it's a fact.
is inconsistent with the belief that the Earth is spherical in shape, i.e., it cannot both be true that level is horizontal and that the Earth is spherical in shape. That was all I wanted to establish, that those two propositions are not consistent with each other. They cannot both be true. Therefore,
And you've
it would be
decided,
irrational. No, let me finish.
Wow, it's okay,
Let me
Beddy. Like,
finish.
no, sorry.
Well, Mike has just
I
been
think
talking about 5
yes,
minutes
I
non-stop. I
know,
just
but
wanted
it
to say it.
seems that what's happened here is Emma's tapped out like at the beginning of the first bit. So, as stated, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal? That was agreed upon, and it was also agreed upon that that rationality could go over to the globe. It seems what you just did, I know it got very technical, but you swapped it around. You said, we're going to start off with the globe and then say, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal if your starting model is spherical globe? Well,
No,
you didn't sphericalize the first
can I just
globe. It
finish?
started
Can I
different.
just finish what I said? Can I just finish what I said?
Okay, go on.
I said
Clear it up.
we are in agreement here that it is not rational
Yeah.
to believe that level is horizontal and
If
believe at the same time that the Earth is spherical in shape. It is irrational. Correct?
Okay. But we
And it's
started
all.
off
That's all
with
I wanted to
it being
establish.
rational to believe that level is horizontal, right? Because what I don't want is for people to go away from this to be thinking that it's not rational to believe that level is horizontal. Because that would be really bad, wouldn't it? Because you agreed
That
to
would
it
be
at the
bad, but
first point.
that was not the purpose. I wanted to come to an agreement as to whether it is rational to believe both that level is horizontal and the conjunction the Earth is spherical in shape.
Oh, spherical. See, that's where it doesn't
No, I
actually
said
say
that
the
before.
spherical. That's what you
Yes, I
injected,
said
the
that
spherical.
before. It is not rational. It is irrational to believe that the Earth is a globe and that level
Spherical.
is horizontal.
Well, no. See, this is where I think you're going to be not helping people. It is rational to believe that level is horizontal, and it is rational to believe that that occurs on the globe that you imagine you live on. Right? What isn't rational is to tell people that it's not rational to believe that level is horizontal. That is not rational, in my opinion.
I said it was irrational to believe both. That is all. It is irrational to believe that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical in shape or approximately spherical. I've said this about the 5th time, and to believe that level is horizontal.
I would agree with that. Yes, it
You would
is
agree.
irrational.
It's
Yes.
So if you believe that level is horizontal and you're a rational being, you'll disbelieve that the Earth is spherical in shape. Correct?
What if you could prove that level is horizontal?
If you can prove that level is horizontal,
Yes.
then you can prove that the Earth is not a globe or is not spherical in shape.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to get to.
Okay.
And if you can prove that but contrary-wise, if you can prove that the Earth is a globe, then you've proved that level is not horizontal.
But for those people that
That's
have
logic.
level
That's
being
logic.
horizontal and they live on the globe, like in reality, those people like me that have a reality globe and level is horizontal, are you saying that I'm irrational? Because I don't consider myself as being irrational.
No, did I say you were irrational? I just said it was irrational to believe both of those propositions could be both true at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I don't sphericalize my reality. I don't see a need to.
Yeah, I don't. There's probably no point continuing because we are totally agreed on this. And with Mike, I hope that those two propositions, that level is horizontal and that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical in shape, those propositions can't both be true. One of them has to be true. If one is true, the other is false. And if the other is true, the one is false. That's all. That's all I wanted to talk about.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, we are agreed. Bit of a difficult discussion. Maybe
Again, agreement. I know I don't know why it gets so heated, to be honest.
Well, I don't like being interrupted. I agree there was a time lapse, but it seemed we were a long time getting there. But yeah, so let's just to round it off. We are all agreed here that it would be irrational to believe the first proposition that level is horizontal, the third, and the proposition that the Earth is spherical in shape. That would be irrational. You've got to accept one or the other. There's also the question, which I think Mike avoided, whether all vertical lines are parallel. But again, it would be irrational to believe that the Earth is spherical in shape, with verticals coming off its sort of surface, and to also believe that all those verticals are parallel to one another. That would be irrational too, I think.
It would be irrational to believe in vertical planes, then.
Yeah, I'm not sure what vertical planes. The problem is that vertical planes aren't all parallel to one another because you can just sort of shift them around. So it's better.
But I'm just saying a square plane erected vertically.
Square plane. What's that? What's a square plane?
A plane in a rectilinear shape. A rectilinear plane erected vertically.
Okay.
Establish a rectilinear plane and orient it vertically.
Okay. But I think we've got, in terms of belief, if you ask most people, I've sort of done this, they think I'm a bit crazy because they think the Earth is obviously spherical or approximately spherical, because they've seen a picture of the globe on telly, and you tune the BBC News, it's got a picture of a sphere that represents the Earth. They'll think it's crazy even to question that. They'll think it's absolutely crazy. I have a separate celestial navigation group, which is about 1,000 people who've sailed around the world, and I sometimes talk about the belief in level is horizontal, or the disbelief that the Earth is a globe, and they refuse. They say it's just crazy. That is a.
Do you
crazy
think they're
belief.
the same thing? Because I'm not aware of most people out there in reality that would say that a belief that level is horizontal is a disbelief of your particular dogmatic globe model. I don't think that occurs.
Most of them I've asked, they just think level and horizontal mean the same thing. So
yeah, that's exactly.
It's analytically true, but they will also say, well, that's true because obviously a level surface is a horizontal surface, same thing. But then you say, well, does that mean the Earth is not spherical in shape? They say, well, no. The Earth is obviously a sphere.
Yeah.
They will say. That's what they believe.
Yeah.
You found people that don't want to talk about the shape of the Earth. I get it. Totally makes sense.
Well, because they think it's crazy to think otherwise.
Because you think it's irrational, right?
It's like you've irrational?
Level being horizontal, according to you, and the globe, the dogmatic globe, they're incompatible. They're contradictory. It's irrational to believe both of them in your mind, but everybody else just goes around thinking that they're not being irrational when they say level is horizontal. Even the dictionaries.
People believe both for the reasons I've said. They think level and horizontal, those terms mean the same thing, and they believe the Earth is spherical in shape. Pretty much. Mike asked me, does your wife believe that level is not horizontal? And I asked her, and she said, well, level and horizontal mean the same thing, so yes. And the Earth is obviously spherical.
Obviously.
Anyone I know outside this particular circle here will tell you that the Earth is spherical in shape, or approximately so. If they're a bit more sophisticated, they'll say, well, it's an oblate spheroid or something like that. But they've heard it said, or the scientists say that the Earth is a globe, and they believe that.
If they're a bit more sophisticated, what do they say about level and horizontal?
Well, they'll say, well, actually, level. Forget the Oxford Dictionary definition. They will say that. It's a fact. They will say that, and they will point to the definition of equipotential surface and give you a load of scientific stuff. And they say, well, a level surface must be one that follows the direction of gravity. And they'll also, of course, say that the direction of gravity is not the same at any two different points. And they'll say all that.
So taking you back to mathematics and the X and Y from, on the school board, vertical plane, you've got Y and you've got X. and those axes are perpendicular to each other.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you could call one of them horizontal and the other one vertical, like most people are taught. And the formulation of those squares are within the grid formula, right?
So are you saying if people had studied enough geometry, they would have come to the conclusion that the Earth is not a globe?
Well, I would say
that
that is it rational to believe that that horizontal and vertical perpendicularity that you're taught through school doesn't apply to reality? I mean, is that rational?
Well, it does apply to reality, but the question is, does it apply to the shape of the Earth? That's a separate question.
I don't know
They will
who would ask
believe-
that question.
Oh, whatever. Look, I'm not taking sides here. I'm just talking about what people believe from what I've read in. They've done surveys of what people believe about the shape of the Earth. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, people's belief. That's what we're dealing with here now, isn't it?
We're
Belief
talking
and
about people's
rationality.
belief.
Yeah.
And most people believe. But I know of no one. I do discuss with sort of friends and acquaintances.
You do. You're
believes.
writing a book. I hope so.
I'm writing a book, about perception, how we perceive the world. And that is connected with, I may mention some of this in the book.
Yeah, I would do. I mean, this is riveting, isn't it? This is what we've been doing all the time. Trying to work out what's going on in people's minds. Like, why is it that people can hold contradictions without knowing it? And what that does to a mind when that occurs. The acceptance of a contradiction. But according to you, it's a contradiction to believe that level is horizontal and that the Earth is a dogmatic globe with a shape.
Dogmatic globe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but let's not go there.
Well, because everything that you know about it is dogmatic, right? That's why we call it the dogmatic globe. You don't actually have any proof. And the dogmatic globe is the one that's telling you that it's not rational to believe that level is horizontal. Depends on which side of the thing you are. Is it rational to believe that level's horizontal? Yep.
Is it rational to believe that all verticals are parallel?
Yeah. I bet if you went out there and asked 99% of the people, they'd say, yeah, of course not. Of course not.
All verticals are parallel.
Yeah. Why do you think it's not rational to believe that all verticals are parallel?
But then how can they hold that thought in their minds with the thought that that a parallel, they're looking at a model of the globe.
Well, I don't think that they do. They don't relate it to reality, do they?
Don't interrupt. Let me finish. They are looking at a globe model. They're looking at London, and they're looking at Cape Town, which is right underneath the globe. And they're seeing that a vertical would sort of stick out like a stick stuck into an orange at Cape Town, and the same for London. They're then seeing, right, if the Earth is a globe, those two sticks can't be parallel, can they? They're pointing in different directions. Agree?
What, pins in a ball?
Yeah. We have a rational person looking at a globe. In this case, I mean a desktop globe.
Yep.
That people used to have, and they're looking at Cape Town and they're looking at London. And they're sticking a little pin in, so it's perpendicular to the surface of the globe at Cape Town and perpendicular to the surface of the globe at London.
It's not though, is it? Because you're talking about a ball whenever you're talking about a globe, right? And it's not perpendicular. Putting a pin in a ball isn't doing geometry, and it isn't an accurate depiction of perpendicularity.
My point is,
it would be irrational, Beddy, for you to say that's perpendicular. Don't make a point.
My point is, when I finish,
you don't know geometry.
My point is, it would be irrational to believe that the Earth is shaped like that globe model you got on your desk, and that all verticals, i.e. all the pins stuck in it, are parallel, because they're not. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It would be irrational.
Have you? Can you see in the live chat? I did put a thing. Is
No, I
that what
can't
you
see that.
imagine the X and Y graph that was taught in schools to be more commonly?
Well, I think this is irrelevant. The XY graphs are irrelevant because by definition those are, the X is perpendicular to the Y, correct? If it's
Yeah,
a
do
three-dimensional
you
one,
think
X, Y, and
that's
Z.
perpendicular? That Y? Do you think that Y is perpendicular to the X circle?
No, I can't see this diagram, Bev, so.
Okay, it's in the live chat. Or just look on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what you call perpendicular? Because that doesn't fit the definition of perpendicular or at right angles.
I'm going into here. I need to turn off the volume.
I think Blue
don't I?
Marble's going to tell you it is. He's in the YouTube chat.
Where is the chat? I can't see.
It's
Oh, I
got
see.
live
Right.
chat.
Oh, sorry. I was looking on the YouTube. My mistake. Well, I can't see anything here.
It's got an X and a Y. Looks like a lollipop. Upside down. Because I like to have definitions and clarity, especially when dealing with geometry. It's sort of my thing. And I know you're keen on your definitions too. You wouldn't like to be making mistakes. That's not a perpendicular though, Blue. X is not perpendicular to Y.
Is this something that Blue is saying in the live chat?
No, you've just said it. You put pins in a ball and you called it perpendicular.
No,
I asked you for a
said-
bit more clarity on your understanding of perpendicular.
Right.
So is that what you would call perpendicular? Can you see it in the chat?
No, I can't see it. I told you I can't see it. So
it's
went
what
to
Blue
live.
Marble would call a normal. Except,
Yeah, a normal. That's right.
But a normal needs 2 lines, doesn't it? To be as perpendicular. You just remove one of the lines, don't you?
No, I do what you're talking about, Bev. Sorry.
Okay, well, you should really be looking in the chat. Do you want me to send it to you as a message so you can see it?
Do you mean the YouTube chat? What do you mean? What chat do you mean?
Live chat in Discord. It's titled Live Chat.
Yeah, I went there. I couldn't
see.
see. Oh, I see. Sorry, I was. Oh, God. The pincushion, the lollipop perpendicular.
There you go. There you go. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you imagine
you're right, but
that
you don't
Y
recognise
is
that
perpendicular to X?
Right, so you don't recognise that normals exist, correct?
I'm asking you, Beddy, do you think that Y is perpendicular to X in that picture? Please, just simply.
It is perpendicular to the tangent.
Which isn't in the picture, right?
Circle. The tangent isn't in the picture, no.
Okay. But it is a straight line, isn't it? The perpendicular.
Tangents. Yes, they're straight, yeah.
Okay. So Y isn't perpendicular to X.
No, Y can't be perpendicular to a point. It can only be perpendicular to a tangent. We know all this, right?
Of course we did.
Maths.
That's why I'm saying.
We did this
and
in
we don't
maths
want
when
to trick anybody into thinking that that is perpendicular, because there's a line that's missing that is the perpendicular to Y. It's not on the thing. X is not perpendicular to Y. The traditional X and Y graph that you remember from school, that's what perpendicular is.
Still haven't grasped Proposition 16 in Book 3, it seems. Don't worry, guys, you'll crack it one of these years. Fair enough.
Oh, do you want to take that on?
Well, we're sort of
Do
drifting a bit.
you want to
from what the
take it
original-
on, Betty?
Let me have a look. Euclid's Elements. I really only wanted to stay half an hour here, and here I am. Book 3,
Yep.
Proposition 16. Yeah.
Yep.
The straight line drawn at right angles to the diameter of a circle from its end will fall outside the circle. Is that the one?
Yeah, it has to be outside of the circle, doesn't it? And no other straight line can be drawn other than one to cut the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, if you remember, I did the presentation on Thomas Aquinas. He actually mentions that
Yeah,
very
it's just
proposition.
perpendicular, isn't it? Any straight line placed on a ball at any point will be perpendicular to the radius at the point it touches.
Or the diameter. Yeah, correct. So we're all in agreement here.
But that's not what that picture shows. It just shows the y. It doesn't show the perpendicular to it, does it?
Yeah, but you could... yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're getting at, Bev, here.
I'm saying it's very deceiving to let people think that that y is perpendicular, because its perpendicular isn't on the page. It's like an imagined perpendicular, isn't it?
But what's that got to do with anything? We know that
imagining
a
things
tangent exists. We know that a tangent exists, and
Yes.
therefore we know that what the point to which it is tangent will have a line perpendicular to it, which is y. So that's fine. All you've done is you've missed out the tangent bit. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't
But so
understand-
would you curve the x axis and then just place, or would you place where that perpendicular is? Would you call that x?
No, I'm not. I really no idea what you're talking about.
We're talking about the axis of a graph and the perpendicularity of the axis of the x,
Yeah,
y,
but,
and z Cartesian
That
coordinate
is
system.
not a graph. That is a circle to which you've drawn a normal. And the normal, by definition, is the line that is perpendicular.
Just stuck a pin in a ball, Betty.
No.
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
all
I
that
think-
is. It's
I
just
think we're kind of
just
done
a
here, though.
representation of somebody sticking a pin in a ball
Yeah.
and
I
then
think we're kind of
calling
done
it a
here.
perpendicular.
I'm not sure we've got a show that would work very well because most of it was shouting, to be honest. Some of it my shouting, I admit.
So I think you
So-
did all of the shouting, didn't you?
Actually, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike did all the interrupting
Okay.
though. So it all evens out in the long run. Okay, I'll bid you guys goodbye. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay.
And we have come to a sort of agreement, haven't we?
That it's not rational to believe your dogmatic model and
It's not mine.
level
It's-
is horizontal.
It's not mine. It is people's model. It's not rational to believe that level is horizontal in your sense.
It changes. The model changes, though. Everybody's got a different one. Wally and whatever have a completely different one from you.
Well, I don't
You
know.
disagree
I don't know
with
whether they do. I have no idea.
Yeah, they do.
Um,
They believe two
but
people
the-
can be below each other simultaneously.
I think we're sort of agreed that if you believe that the Earth is spherical in shape, it is inconsistent to believe that, and to believe that all verticals are parallel. Clearly inconsistent. I shall leave it there. So, farewell, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. After party, anybody wants to come in and discuss? Or again, I think we got a better discussion done.
You got a good soundbite in there, by the way.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a really good one. It's better than the spaghetti science one. You got basically the spaghetti science quote without having to like chop it up.
And today we are discussing, is it rational to believe that level is horizontal and believe that the Earth is a globe? So, good morning, welcome. Today we have, discussing this topic, we have Beddy. He is a PhD, he has a PhD and a qualification in theology. He used to be a teacher. He is a published writer and is on his third book, which tackles rationality and so forth.
I'm thinking we can leave it here because we have a definition of level as meaning. Its very meaning is a level plane, a level surface is a horizontal surface. So it's entirely rational. In fact, it would be irrational to disbelieve that level was horizontal under that definition. We have the proposition the Earth is a globe, which you said means global. The Earth is global. The Earth is the Earth, which is also under that meaning rational to believe. It's analytically true under that definition. So we're all agreed. I can go, yeah? There's something intermediate between the Earth as a globe and level as horizontal. And that's the question of whether all verticals are parallel. The question is, are all verticals parallel? Is that implied by the proposition all level surfaces are horizontal surfaces? In fact, simplified, is it rational to believe that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical, and believe that all verticals are parallel? Yeah, our house, we recently had some plans produced, but they in no way match the actual shape of the house because it's 200 years old. And there are no level and no perpendicular sort of parts of our house at all.
You don't understand.
All verticals are parallel.
You don't understand.
All verticals are parallel.
It's not my problem if you don't want to learn. You're just on your own.
There's also a connection between the common belief that the Earth is a globe, i.e. the Earth is a sphere, and the belief about verticals, because if you look, anyone who looks at a globe, i.e. something that represents the spherical shape of the Earth, must surely be recognizing that a vertical in one place cannot be parallel to a vertical in another place. So, excuse me, the question is it rational to believe the first two propositions we talked about, level is horizontal and the Earth is spherical, and also believe that all verticals are parallel? All perpendiculars to that plane will be parallel to one another, from which it logically and geometrically follows that the plane, from which it logically and geometrically follows,
You don't understand.
all verticals are parallel.
It's not my problem if you don't want to learn. You're just on your own.
I said it was irrational to believe both. That is all. It is irrational to believe that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical in shape or approximately spherical. I've said this about the 5th time. And to believe that level is horizontal.
I would agree with that, yes. It is irrational.
So if you believe that level is horizontal and you're a rational being, you'll disbelieve that the Earth is spherical in shape, correct?
What if you could prove that level is horizontal?
If you can prove that level is horizontal,
Yes.
then you can prove that the Earth is not a globe, or is not spherical in shape.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to get to. And if you can prove that the Earth, contrary-wise, you can prove that the Earth is a globe, you can prove that level is not
You
horizontal,
don't understand.
from which it logically and geometrically follows
You don't understand.
all verticals are parallel.
It's not my problem if you don't want to learn.
That the Earth
You
is
just
spherical.
don't.
I.e., it cannot both be true that level is horizontal and that the Earth is spherical in shape. That was all I wanted to establish, that those two propositions are not consistent with each other. They cannot both be true.
No worries.
They cannot both be true.
You're just on your own. No reason, no logic, no answers to questions.
They cannot both be true.
You're just on your own.
Yeah, so
It can't be done. No one can model it. I will pay money if someone actually successfully models this in CAD with a ball and the two logos above it that matches the elevation profiles that have been given by LIGO.
But for those people that
let's
have
budget.
level being
Let's budget.
horizontal and they live on the globe, like in reality, those people like me, that have a reality globe and level is horizontal. Are you saying that I'm irrational? Because I don't consider myself as being irrational.
No, did I say you were irrational? I just said it was irrational to believe both of those propositions could be both true at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I don't sphericalize my reality. I don't see a need to.
Yeah, I don't. There's probably no point continuing because we are totally agreed on this. And with Mike, I hope that those two propositions, that level is horizontal and that the Earth is a globe, i.e. spherical in shape, those propositions can't both be true. One of them has to be true. If one is true, the other is false. And if the other is true, the one is false. That's all. That's all I wanted to talk about.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, we are agreed. Equipotential means vertical everywhere.
Yes.
And you then have the question of whether all such verticals are parallel to one another or not. That's the question. And then you have to reconcile that to the proposition the Earth is a globe.
Are all the perpendiculars to a horizontal line? Are they parallel?
All perpendiculars to a horizontal line, i.e. a horizontal plane surface, yes, are parallel. The question is whether
all of the right angles to an equipotential surface, are they all parallel?
Well, that's the question. That is precisely the question.
You don't understand.
Of whether equipotential surface
You
means
don't understand.
of whether equipotential surface means horizontal.
It's not my problem
Why, you got
if
it.
you don't want to learn. You're just on your own.
Of whether equipotential surface means horizontal surface. Why, you've got it. Let's tidy that up. Equipotential surface is one where every perpendicular to that surface at that point is a vertical, right? That does not necessarily imply that all verticals are parallel, does it? But, let me finish here. If you believe that the Earth is a globe, you have a conception of vertical at any point on that globe, that sphere, then you cannot believe that all verticals are parallel. Anyone who believes that the Earth is a globe, a sphere, must believe that no verticals are parallel at all.
You don't understand.
No verticals are parallel at all.
You don't understand.
No verticals are parallel at all.
It's not my problem if you don't want to learn. You're just on your own.
Dogmatically. Yeah, I don't understand that, but let's not go there.
Well, because everything that you know about it is dogmatic, right? That's why we call it the dogmatic globe. You don't actually have any proof. And the dogmatic globe is the one that's telling you that it's not rational to believe that level is horizontal. Depends on which side of the thing you are. Is it rational to believe that level's horizontal?
Is it rational to believe that all verticals are parallel?
Yeah. I bet if you went out there and asked 99% of the people, they'd say, yeah, of course not.
All verticals are parallel.
Yeah. Why
Then
do you
how
think
can
it's
they
not
hold-
rational to believe that all verticals are
You
parallel?
don't understand.
But then how can they hold that thought in their minds with the thought that the parallel? They're looking at a model of the globe.
It's not my problem if you don't want
I don't think that they do. They don't relate it to reality, do they?
Don't interrupt. Let me finish. They are looking at globe model.
no reason, no logic, no wisdom, no
Let me
worry.
finish. They are looking at globe model.
You're just on your own. No reason, no logic, no answers to questions. You're just on your own.
They are looking at globe model.
That vertical lines in a vertical plane are perpendicular to a horizontal plane, and thus parallel to each other.
Correct.